Your wife applied for a divorce, and deep down, somewhere, you know that you want to save this marriage for the sake of your parents, for your own sake, for the sake of your wife, and more importantly, for the sake of your children. Because deep down, you're aware that being a child of a single parent is not the best thing that can happen. It can have its own consequences on the child. But somehow, your wife wants divorce, and you know that going for a contested divorce will not bring you closer. And that's why you signed the first decree, the first motion. And now the court has given you 6 months before the final decree, the last decree. And right now you're saying to yourself that I've lost everything. I can't save my marriage. If you are at this place at this moment, then don't worry. Watch these 7 tips and get insights into what can you do to save your marriage in the next 6 months that you have. You're going for a mutual divorce because you don't want to go to the court, you don't want to fight there. And after this first motion in the court, you have been given 6 months as a cooling period so that you can find a way to avoid divorce and come back. But somehow you have lost hope. If you have, then here is a video that will give you hope to find a new direction to move forward, a direction that will bring back love, understanding, and care, even if your wife doesn't want it, even if your wife is really 200% sure of leaving you, you can still turn your marriage around. And that's in this video, I'm going to give you 7 tips that will help you to do that. Before we get into the video, here is a disclaimer. This video is not for haters. Haters are those people who constantly find reason or constantly blame their spouse, constantly blame their wife. Because these kind of people, no matter who they marry, no matter how many times they marry, their marriage is going to end up in divorce because of their mindset. Because they have a hater's mindset, which starts getting triggered once they finish the romance stage. So don't watch this video if you are a hater because you're not going to benefit from it. But if you are a lover who deep down feels that there is something that needs to be fixed and you will have a great marriage, then continue watching this video. So before we get into the 7 tips, I'm going to tell you the 2 things you shouldn't do. The first thing is not doing nothing or do nothing. Most men think that just because the papers are signed, they think that their marriage is over. So for the next 6 months or whatever time they have, they say to themselves, I'm not going to do anything about it. That's it. This is the end. Or the second kind is do the same thing. Whatever. The very thing your wife left you for, you continue to do the same thing, thinking that the marriage is lost. So the first tip is don't do nothing. The second tip is don't do the same thing. Then what do you do? Here are 7 tips. Tip number 1, change your perspective. Having interviewed hundreds of men, having coached hundreds of men, I've come to a conclusion that there's a particular mindset the couples who end up with divorce have. In this particular mindset, generally the husband thinks their wife is wrong, the wife thinks that their husband is wrong, and they're trying to fix each other initially. And when they're not able to fix each other, then they give up on the marriage, give up on the relationship, and obviously they end up in a divorce. So even in your case, if your marriage has reached this space of divorce, then you would have had the same perspective, same mindset. So the first thing you got to do is change your mindset from that to looking at the world from her perspective. Think of how she wants you to treat her and start doing that. Instead of saying how she is wrong, what she needs to do, stop all that, get into thinking from her perspective and start doing the things she loves, regardless of whether she's going to come back or not. So the second tip is ruin her story. She has a story in her mind. And when I say story, I don't mean that just she's just making it up. It is her experience of your marriage, her experience of you. And that is the reason that story is making her leave you. And in that story sounds something like this. When you close your eyes and think about it, you could recall the things she has told you. Your parent did not take care of me. You did this to me 5 years ago. This happened 6 years ago. That happened when I was pregnant. Now, you might not accept that story because you're looking at from your perspective. But if you come to her perspective, you'll clearly understand that there were things that hurt her. And that's why she's leaving you. So your goal is to ruin that story by being just the opposite. Now, here is a caution. Most men try to be the opposite of it through their words. In other words, they understand exactly what hurt their wife after she leaves, of course, and then they start thinking, now what do I need to tell her so that she can come back? So they go to her and they say, please forgive me. I know I've made a mistake. This is what happened, and I didn't take care of you. And they expect the wife to forgive them. But the most important thing you got to understand is what Stephen Covey says. He says that you can't talk yourself out of something you have behaved yourself into. You can't talk yourself out of something that you have behaved yourself into. In other words, you cannot use words to change her mind. You cannot use words to ruin her story. You got to use your action to ruin that story. Her experience of you has led her to divorce you. So the only her experience of you will make her come back. The third tip is the continuation of the second tip. Be the person she married to. Be the person she married to. Of all the men in the world, she chose you. And why she chose you is, even though you accept it or not, is because of the person you were. And it is very easy to be an amazing person at the initial phase of our marriage because it's a romance stage, because there are these happy chemicals are like, our brain is pumped with these happy chemicals. So it's very easy. And moreover, the mirror neurons, which make us imitate what the other person does, help us to continue doing this. But when we get into the next phase of our life, phase of our marriage, that is the power struggle stage, suddenly we, one of us, stop being loving. It doesn't matter who. And then we have a fight, then we have an argument, and we get into a new mode of interacting with each other. And again, the mirror neurons kick in. In other words, I start doing what my wife does, and we imitate each other in hatred. So if you are at this phase and you think that you want to be that person that she got married to and shock her to the core, then I invite you to attend a masterclass. I have been helping hundreds of men, and right now I do the same. I help hundreds of men through a coaching program of 6 months where I help them to become that person, even though it is a very difficult thing to do. Because they are part of the coaching program, because there is a mentor that is supporting them, they're able to do it. And when they do it, their wife has no reason to leave them. Before we get on with the next 4 tips, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead subscribe, because every week I put up at least 2 videos. So go ahead, subscribe, press that bell icon. If you like the video so far, click on like, and let's continue. The next tip that lot of the husbands in a coaching program are using is make her parents doubt her decision. Make her parents doubt her decision. Now, this is just one small step, all right? Because ultimately, it's not her parents who are married to you, it's her. Ultimately, it's not what her parents think about you will not bring her back. Ultimately, her parents are not the one who have experienced the pain in the bedroom or in places where nobody else can see. So, but it's still a step forward. We have a lot of clients, students who are going through this program, the men. And one of the things that has happened is initially the parents were hell bent on divorce. And after this person changed, became that amazing person as he went through this program, what happened was their wife's parents have started looking at this man with a whole new perspective, the whole new way, as somebody who has changed. And because of that, there is a They are talking positive things about this man. That's a husband. And that is influencing the wife. So make her parents doubt your wife's decision, not with your words, not through convincing them, but through your action. It's not words that change people, it's the action. The fifth tip is focus on connection, because marriage and divorce are matters of the heart. Marriage happens when there is a connection of hearts, and divorce happens when there is a disconnection between two hearts. So instead of focusing on this divorce, focus on the connection of hearts, and that will change everything. The sixth step is bring back old memories. Now, when you're bringing back these old memories, make it sound like you're telling us something that happened yesterday or day before yesterday. It could be the dream, and how that connected you to something happened in the past. Like, for example, you met somebody from somewhere, and you're letting your wife know that I met this person yesterday, and when I met him, it brought back memories of the past, some wonderful experience of the past. Now, again, this will lead to connection because you are rekindling that old love that was there. The seventh and the final tip is look beyond divorce. Most men think that their marriage ends when there is a divorce. Actually, it doesn't, because marriage is all about emotional connection. So your marriage cannot start with the wedding. In fact, it started before the wedding. So look at it this way. If the wedding where she proclaimed through the wedding process, the rituals, she proclaimed to the whole world, the thousands of people who gathered, that she is going to be with you for the rest of your life. Probably if you're a Hindu by religion, then for 7 lives. If you're a Catholic by religion, then till death do us part. If that marriage could not keep her in the marriage when the emotional disconnection happened, then divorce can't keep her away from you when the connection of the hearts happen. All that you have to do is focus on, as I mentioned in the past, you got to focus on the connection. So your deadline is not when the divorce happens. That's not the deadline. The deadline is when you give up loving her, give up taking care of her. Because even the divorce happens, God forbid, but even if the divorce happens, if you are loving and caring and understanding, she will feel a sense of connection. And then you will have a second marriage with the same person. So it is a possibility. So what I would like you to do is to think in these lines rather than wedding, divorce, law, court, rather than the hearts. If you can bring both your hearts closer, then you can have a wonderful marriage no matter what happens. Thanks a lot for watching this video. And if you like this video, once again, subscribe. If you want to watch more videos, press that bell icon, go to the like button. And if there is somebody who you think will benefit from this video, then please share. Every week I do masterclasses, live masterclasses, where I teach whole lot of things, and this masterclass is called 3 Secrets to Bring Back Love into Your Marriage. If you want to do the same, then go to this link which is given here and sign up for this masterclass. Before you leave, go to the comment section and write down one insight that you got. Until we connect again, as always, keep your love story alive. Bye-bye.